Hello, hello, hello. I hope that y'all are well. Hello. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so we're going to do a part two from yesterday. I'm going to do a short recap. It's going to be super, super short. So, if you know of an amazing woman who is struggling to bring her ideal self to the forefront, so that she can start attracting what it is that she truly wants to attract for herself, that she start living the life that she really wants to live. If she's struggling to bring forth her ideal self, go ahead and share this live with her so that she can get these snippets and she can get this information, okay? Because it's going to be very vital and extremely important, because she needs to know what's holding her back, okay? So she needs to know what's holding her back. So, you know, I'm trying to fix this. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, because I want to know. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from while I'm fixing my wild bag. Not him saying my queen. Who is that? Because I'm trying to see if there's somebody I know playing. Hey, Houston. Hey, Dallas. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to see Dallas tomorrow. Hey, California. Hey, St. Louis. Come on in. Hey, Brooklyn. I need to make, you know what? The closest I've gotten to Brooklyn is driving over the bridge. And when I went to New York last time, it was like, when did we go to New York? It was when my best friend, I went with her. We went to Jersey. We went to New York and then we went to Jersey. And child, that double decker bridge, I was scared, okay? It's just a lot going on. And then trying to drive. Child, y'all had these bumper things on y'all cars just when you hit folks. I was just sitting there like in the car like this, and I just was like, God, please, please. Oh, I love me some DC. I actually was supposed to be in DC last weekend, or weekend before last, but I'm coming back though. I'll probably be back in DC in March because I want to come see the cherry blossoms. Because I really loved it last year when I went. So yeah, I love me some DC. Honey, intense is not the word, okay? Intense is not the word. It's not the word at all. Okay, so for those who do not know me, yes, I will. There's someone else who's in DC that I said I wanted to come, and I like the dating experience in DC. It's just very interesting and very fun. So I really like DC a lot. Girl, I don't know about paying, because y'all be paying high out there to stay up there, okay? I don't know about living full time, but, I love it. All right, for those who do not know me, my name is Elle Antoinette. I am a feminine lifestyle strategist, and what I do is that I support my amazing clients in three key areas. I support them in mastering their authentic feminine design. I always tell women all the time there's no such thing as becoming more feminine. You become more aligned with who you are, and then you start oozing the feminine energy that literally comes from you. What else was I going to say? Yes, honey, Renata's not lying, okay? She's not lying at all. The second thing that I support my clients in doing is that I support them in regulating their energy, which is regulating their emotional energy, so that you know how to respond properly. So I teach a lot of emotional intelligence, as well as, being able to create seamless income, which is being able to make money in a very smooth way, in a way that you're not hustling. Because I feel like women should hustle. Point blank, period. The end. We have a lot already on our backs. We carry life, and we do a whole lot of things. And so hustling and being unnecessarily stressed is just not that girl. It ages you. It makes you sick. It does a multitude of things to you, and I just don't want us to live that kind of life. And I also support my amazing clients in creating digital-based business models so that they're able to work from anywhere in the entire world. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm a digital nomad. So I live here, I live there, I live a little bit of everywhere. So, and I love being able to do that. And I love being able to live a life and have a business that supports my womanhood and my femininity. And because of that, I'm not looking for somebody to come rescue me or save me, okay? And so I support women who are prepared to do the same thing, who want to master their authentic feminine design, who want to become a master of their emotional responses, who want to, hey, my love, who want to make sure that they are creating income with ease for themselves, as well as being able to work from anywhere in the entire world, because that is very vital and extremely important, okay? This has resulted in my clients being able to go from 5 figures in business to 6 figures in business, from 6 figures to multi 6 figures, to breaking addictions, to attracting amazing life partners, to doing their inner work, to connecting better with self, to making more money. It's just a lot of things that has resulted in my clients being able to work with me, and I'm really supported in it. I'm really grateful for that. I have one central location that I am mainly in, and then I am in all other areas outside of there. Okay? So that's what I do. That's how I support my amazing clients. I work with women who understand that they have been called to be great. They have been called to be better. And they're not called to just be regular. So the women that I work with tend to be the black sheep of the family. They tend to be the cycle breakers. They tend to be the women that stood up and changed their entire lineage. But they also tend to be the women that do everything for everyone. They also tend to be the women that lack boundaries. They also tend to be the women who struggle in romantic relationships or being able to even build healthy friendships with divine masculinity. It's a lot of different things and a lot of different struggles. And I don't say these things in judgment. I say that coming from a space because I was in that space. I used to be about 90 pounds heavier. I was working about 3 jobs, and I really hated my jobs. I was not attracting divine masculine, and I was not able to recognize it if it stood right in front of my face. And it was because I was so out of order and I was overworking myself into oblivion. And so since that transition of me going from that, after my best friend passed away, and today is actually my best friend's birthday that passed away, and I'm hosting a masterclass tonight in her honor. And basically, because that experience of my best friend passing away was the hardest thing that could have ever happened to me in my life, but it also was the catalyst that shifted me into changing my entire life, from going from losing 90 pounds to building a 6-figure business to being able to travel the entire world as a digital nomad. And so I'm going to be teaching the process of what I've been doing since 2019, to make me and support me in achieving all of my goals. Okay, so I'm going to break that down for the women who are going to be in attendance tonight. I'm so excited about it. I think I have maybe like 3 tickets left. So if you want them, you better get them, because I guarantee you I will not be hosting another 111 masterclass. And another thing in regard to this masterclass that you have to understand is that we're going to meet today, but then we're also going to meet in December. I'm not leaving this group of women behind, because this group of women that are going to be in this masterclass are very special to me. And I hold them dear to my heart, because they're going to get a plan that they really can work all the way up into December. And I really can't wait to see in December what these women actually manifest, because they're going to manifest amazing things into their lives, just by shifting their reality, shifting the way they think, shifting the way that they feel in regard to things, and also shifting their actions in the direction that's going to lead them towards the vision that they see for their lives. Thank you so much. So that masterclass is going to be amazing. I'm really excited about it. But today I'm going to be getting into the second part of no more excuses, addressing your pain points to your ideal self. A lot of us are not living in the fullness of who we are, which is why you can't ooze feminine energy, because feminine energy is a byproduct of you being in alignment with your authentic feminine design. There's no performative tactics. There's no all these games and different things that you can do to try to make yourself become more feminine. It doesn't work that way. You have to get yourself in alignment. That's the only way the feminine energy that oozes off of you is going to be authentic. It's the only way that energy that's oozing out of you and from you is going to attract what it is that you really want. Because when you continue to do things that don't fulfill you, that don't really align with you, it puts you in position to attract things that you don't actually want. And so if you want to be in a space where you stop attracting things that you don't want, then you definitely want to pay attention to these pinpoints. I'm going to go and do a quick run through of the 3 that we did last night. I'm not going to go fully into it, and then I'm going to go into the final 3 that you need to pay attention to. So if you missed last night, I might put it on YouTube, and I might put this one on YouTube too. I don't know yet though. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm gonna see how I'm feeling. Okay. So again, I'm Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine lifestyle strategist, and so today I'm gonna be talking about these pain points. But before we get into that, I need you to understand your value. Please know that you are energy. Okay. You are time, energy, attention, and money, which means that you are high value currency. You are high level currency. And when you understand that you are high level currency, you begin to treat yourself that way. When you realize that you are a high level currency, you begin to, not allow your currency to be wasted, your time, your energy, your attention, or your money. Okay? Okay? I'm saying that you are high level currency. What I'm saying is that you are time. And I mean that the Most High took great time in creating you. There's a thing called Kairos time, and there's a thing called Chronos time. The Chronos time is the time frame that you have to be here on this earth. Your seconds, your years, your minutes, your hours, your days. You have the Kairos time, which is your seasonal time, meaning that you're going to have seasons where you're up, seasons where you're down. There are going to be things that are going to be happening. I think people have tried to, since the pandemic, tried to create this false utopia that everything is just wonderful if you just keep your mindset up and you just believe positive. Everything is always going to go the way you need it to go and you want it to go, and that's not the case. We all have an assigned amount of pain in this life, and I think that what we need to really realize is that you are going to lose people. People are going to lose you. Okay? That's painful. Sometimes you lose people in death. Sometimes you lose people in life just due to relationships ending. What you have to understand is it's your position to make sure you're not adding any additional pain that's unnecessary. And a lot of times, because we don't manage ourselves properly, we waste time. And when you waste time, you're wasting your own energy, which brings me into the next point. You are also energy. Okay? When I say that you are energy, I need you to really think about what you give to others. A lot of women that tend to come work with me struggle in the area of managing their energy because they're too nice, they're too kind, they're too giving, nobody wants to say no, nobody wants to make anyone uncomfortable, nobody wants to set boundaries, and that type of thing is the reason why your energy is depleted. That reason right there, or that mindset right there, is the very reason why you're not getting the support that you're looking for. It tells you in scripture to guard your heart above everything else because from it flows life, right? When you don't protect your energy, it gets used up, and then you end up feeling like somebody owe you something. That's why people feel like Jobs owe them something, after working there for 30 years. Those people don't owe you anything. That's why people think after being in relationships for 7 to 8 years, they deserve rings and they deserve all these things. That doesn't guarantee any of those things. You have to be a proper steward of your time and your energy. When you see that you're investing your energy constantly in a situation or an experience that's not giving you a great return on your investment, you need to evaluate that and pay attention to that, because it's extremely important and very, very, very vital for you in order for you to thrive in the way that you really want to thrive. Okay? You also need to understand that you are attention. So not only are you time, you are also energy, you are also attention. You have to be very, very careful about what you allow your gates to accept, your eyes, your ears, all of these different type of things, right? It's so important for you to do these things, because if you don't do these things, this is how stuff slips into your subconscious, and then you're running off a program of someone else. Even from the music you're listening to, the podcast you're listening to, all of these things, if you're listening to them on a repeated process, they are programming your mind, okay? And if it's not the right programming, if it's not healthy programming, then it's not going to support you in the life that you're trying to live. So you really have to make sure and understand that you are attention. You are attention. And society wants to play on your mind and play on your top by messing with your attention, by putting all these things out here to get you in a space of worry, to get you in a space of weakness, to get you in a space of destroying yourself, because that's the plan. The plan is for, if you didn't know and nobody told you, the plan of the enemy is to steal your joy, kill your confidence, which eventually is going to destroy you. So when you pay attention to these things, you start being able to pay attention to the people in your life that are stealing your joy, the experiences in your life that are stealing your joy. Okay? Because these things are slowly attempting to kill your confidence. And if you are operating out here and you're a woman and you're not confident, you literally are setting yourself up to be prey. Okay? And I don't want that for you. So really start focusing your attention on what matters. Women ask me all the time, how do your clients go from zero to making this amount of money in a short period of time? I help them shift their focus. If you don't have money, it's because you're not paying attention. You're not really tapped in. Because you have creative and witty inventions in your very being, according to Proverbs. It literally tells you that. So if you're not experiencing that, it's because you're literally not tapped into you're not in alignment with your actual birthright. Your birthright is abundance. It says that again, John 10:10, the enemies come to steal, kill, and destroy. Remember, they stealing your joy, killing your confidence, which eventually breaks your spirit. That's how you get destroyed. Free game. Okay? On the other side of that, it says the Messiah has come to give you life and give you life abundantly. Abundance by definition means plentifulness. So you not having doesn't make sense, which is why you have to understand that you are money, so you stop slaving for it, scamming for it, working extremely hard for it, exhausting yourself for it. You understand that you are the actual value of money. Because it tells you in Proverbs 8 and 12, you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. Some of y'all are sitting in 9-to-5 positions and have been sitting in 9-to-5 positions, right? And you are building somebody else's dream. You have made that corporation and that company millions of dollars. And you literally could be doing this for yourself, but you scared because you don't believe you're the money, which is why they're able to pay you a cheap salary, which is why they're able to keep you under their thumb, because they know you need their check. Because you don't trust your own gifts and you don't trust your own ability to step out there and really be able to do the work. So that's why they treat you the way that they do, because these corporations do not care about you, especially if you're a woman, because they're set up for you to be a slave to their systems. They're not set up to support you. And I think as women, we really have to stop crying about how people don't support us and start making a decision to support yourself first. And when you do that, you realize that everyone else around you has no choice but to fall in line with the standard that you have set. The problem is you have no standards. That's the truth. You have no standards, therefore you don't have no standards because you don't understand your value. And because you don't understand your value, you can't create external value, which just means why you can't create more money or why you can't create valuable relationships that actually help you get to the next level. It's because you haven't recognized your own value. You don't realize that you're high level currency, and because of that, it stunts your growth. Okay, so put in the comments for me, I am high level currency, because I need you to know that you are time, you are energy, you are attention, and you are money. So if you lack any of these things, it's not because some human being is holding you back. It's because you're really not tapped in. Because the truth of the matter is you have the God frequency within you, according to Luke 17 and 21, that tells you that literally the kingdom of heaven is within you. So the question is, when are you going to start acting like it? The question is, when are you going to tap in? The question is, when are you going to start being real with yourself about what you want and stop living beneath? Because a lot of us are settling for lives settling for lives that we do not want, because you don't really understand your own value. So I need you to understand your own value first and foremost, and share this with an amazing queen who needs this information, so she can be supported as well. I'm going to shoot this out to a few queens really quickly. But send this out to some queens who need this information and who need to be supported so they can, awaken their ideal self, because that's extremely important and extremely vital. Because who wants to be in the same position next year as they are currently? Who wants to be in the same position in December? If you don't like your life right now, I'm telling you, you can quantum jump and literally shift your entire experience if you're really ready to do that work. Okay? So again, that is you understanding currency, high level currency. That is what you are, and you need to be very, very clear on that. Okay. The next thing I need you to know is that your belief impacts your biology, and your biology influences the way you behave. If you believe horrible things about yourself, the body is going to keep up with that. If you need a book to catch up to understand that, read The Body Keeps Score. Okay. Once the body gets your beliefs clear within itself, you are going to perform or behave a certain kind of way according to that belief. If you believe that you only have to work a 9 to 5 to get money, this is how you position yourself to stay on the job for 30 years and they don't support you or advance you to the next level. If you believe that there are no good men in the world, guess what? All of your experiences are going to be with terrible men. Your belief impacts your biology, and your biology influences the way that you behave as a woman, okay? The next thing that you need to understand and be very clear on is that I have a 3-part success strategy system that I teach, okay, and that I live by. And when you look at what's happening in society today with a lot of famous people and celebrities and different things, I guarantee you, if you listen to this, you'll find that they violated probably at least one of these, and which is why it has been a threat or they have not been able to sustain their success, okay? The reason why a lot of people can't sustain their success or they're able to create it but they can't keep it is because they don't obey spiritual law. When you don't understand the laws that govern this universal algorithm, this entire world, you work against those laws, which end up hurting you, okay? One of the major laws that I talk about all the time that hurts people, and they try to use it when people piss them off, but in reality, you're using it every single day to manifest the things that are in your life. And that is, God is not mocked, for whatever a man sows, you're going to reap. It's also known as, in science, some people call it, or metaphysics, some people call it the law of cause and effect. Okay? What you sow, you're going to reap, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. If you say something terrible about yourself, expect other people to come and meet you with that same type of disrespect. If you lie to yourself, make sure that you prepare yourself to attract people who are going to continuously lie to you. Because one of the things, and I talked about this yesterday, a liar will never feel comfortable around a person that tells the truth all the time. A liar will never feel comfortable being around a person that tells the truth every single time. They don't feel confident. They don't feel comfortable. You know why liars lie consistently the way that they do? Because they feel comfortable lying to the people that they are lying to. Okay? So if you are attracting these type of people into your life experience, you have to start asking yourself, what areas of your life am I lying to myself? If I'm not attracting people that want to take care of me and that want to support me, in what areas am I not supporting and taking care of myself? These things always start and end with you. It's never anybody else's fault. It's never anyone else's responsibility. It starts off with you. You are the line leader in your life experience. Everybody else is doing nothing but playing follow the leader. They watching you. They not believing you saying, oh, I care about myself and I'm working on myself. They see what you're doing. They see you doing a continuous thing over and over again and telling yourself these lies. So understanding and obeying spiritual law is so important. It is so vital, so that you don't cause vicious cycles to continue to keep happening in your life where you're attracting things or interacting with things that you really don't want as a woman. Okay? So that's the first part. The second part is understanding the science of yourself as well as understanding the science of everything else around you. The thing is this, you can't you can't feel like you have chemistry with the opposite sex when you don't understand how you work chemically. Okay? Society is really good about teaching us the artsy aspects of femininity, makeup, getting dressed up, all this great stuff. But they're not telling you the science behind your womanhood. There's a science behind your womanhood. And in order for you to understand that science, you might want to look at the great architect, the one that actually created you. You have 4 phases in your menstrual cycle. You don't just have a 5 to 7 day period where you're bleeding. You actually have 4 phases in your menstrual cycle. And it's almost as if you become 4 different women during the month, on top of your inner child and on top of your inner teen. So you got 6 people wrestling on the inside of you. When you are not in alignment with those 4 phases, menstrual, luteal, ovulation, and follicular, when you are fighting yourself and you don't understand what you should be doing, how you should be eating, how you should be resting, how you should be exercising during these time frames, what ends up happening is you begin to get at war with yourself. Hey, my love, you begin to feel like all your emotions are extremely overwhelming. You begin to feel like you just can't deal. And a woman who is at war with self is always going to be battling with everyone else. You have no choice but to be at battle with everyone else when you are at war with yourself. And the reason why you're at war with yourself is because you don't understand how you operate chemically. Your body operates according to chemical energy. When certain times during those phases of the cycle, you are losing certain minerals. You should be eating certain things. You should be doing certain things. You should be getting, it should be an allotted time for you to be able to rest during certain periods. But because society didn't teach you that, and they taught you to just take Midol, and they taught you to just take pain pills, and they taught you just to work through your period, this is why throughout the month, you can't seem to get a hold of your emotions, because your cycle, what you're really supposed to be doing during that time frame, sets the tone for the other 3 weeks during that month. And because you don't do what you need to do during that time frame, you are literally feeling like a crazy person for the entire month. Okay, that's how you feeling. You feeling like that because you don't understand how you work chemically, and because you don't understand the science of your womanhood, and then you say that you want to go and date somebody else. If you don't understand the science of your own womanhood, I know you don't understand the science of men and how they operate, because they have a different type of chemistry. So when you take your chemical energy, which is a chemical, right, and then you meet someone else that you believe is you have chemistry with, and then y'all get together, and then it's a big explosion because it's the wrong chemicals getting together. You want to be mad, you want to be confused, you want to be sad, you want to be all of these things, when in reality this could have been prevented if you just understood how you operate. You would have realized that you didn't even like dude. You would even realize that he ain't even a one. He may have just needed to be a friend to you. But because you don't understand the science of how you operate, it's very difficult for you to understand the science of masculinity. And if you don't understand the science of your own feminine design, if you don't understand the science of masculine design, do you really think that you're prepared to understand the development of children, which a lot of people have brought children into the world when you don't understand your own science, you don't understand the science of men, and now we're raising children, we're rearing children in that type of energy. That's very damaging and it's very dangerous. It's very important for you to know the science of yourself as a woman, because here's the thing, sis, you can't want a thing so bad and not understand it. You can't want masculine energy so bad and you don't understand it. And in order to understand masculine energy and the divineness in that, you have to understand the divineness within yourself. If you don't recognize the divineness and the energy and how you operate on the inside, you will not understand the opposite sex. Point blank period. You have to understand the science of yourself. You have to understand the science of everything else around you and how it is connected to you. Okay? Give the book and the scripture of Luke again. Luke 17:21. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay? The third thing that you need to understand is your personal psychology when it comes down to this success strategy system. You know, a lot of times we try to get away from our childhoods because we want to leave everything behind. We have all these issues with the people that reared us and all these different type of things. But here's where the problem lies, and a lot of women come to me for this. A lot of women are struggling with their relationships with their mothers. They're struggling with their relationships with the women that reared them because they tend to not have respect for them, because now you got your degrees and everything. Now you have done all this great stuff. Now you've made money. Now you've done all of these different type of things. Give me a second, my love, because I'm not sure what you're asking me, so you got to give me some clarity on what you're asking me. Okay, y'all, do me a favor. Please leave all your questions towards the end, because if you don't, it's going to throw me off, and I don't want to get thrown off because I want to be able to give y'all what y'all need. Okay, so when you're knowing your personal psychology, you have to look at the people that came before you without judgment. You have to be willing to forgive them if you want to really ooze feminine energy. Feminine women are free women. Okay, feminine women are free women. Unforgiveness and femininity cannot reside in the same vessel. It just can't. You can't be a free woman if you're struggling to forgive who came before you. What you have to understand is you have to be able to look at what came before you and who came before you so that you can see where the gaps are. See the things that you didn't like. See the things that did not serve your mother. See the things that did not serve your family. See the things that did not serve the women in your lineage. And how are you going to shift that? By making different decisions, because I know you think you're better than them because you done went to therapy. I know you think you're better than them because you got all your degrees. I know you think you're better than them because you've done so many different things and surpassed them in so many different ways, thinking of things that they could not do. But those people have lived life. And I'm going to tell you something, baby. Life is a hell of a teacher. And that is a serious experience when you have lived life and earned your stripes into old age. So instead of looking at them with disgust for the decisions that they made, try to look at them as human beings that just happen to be people who are in charge of rearing you. And they were trying to figure it out just like you trying to figure it out. We don't get a manual. We have scripture, but you got to decode that. You don't get a manual on how to do this life and how to live. Okay? So people are doing the best that they know how. So you take your time and you study your lineage so you can close the gaps. Because as much as you think you an apple, you still came from an orange tree. So you are actually an orange. You are no different from them. And if you don't deal with those things in your personal psychology, what will end up happening is that you will push yourself directly into those same cycles, but just in a different way. Okay. So it's very important for you to know your personal psychology so that you don't repeat it, because it's very important. If you come from a lineage of women and you don't see men active, you see a lot of women in your lineage with children, and there's no active divine masculine present supporting the women in your family. You need to start paying attention to that to see where the gaps are, so you don't find yourself in that same position if you desire to have divine masculine in your life, especially when you're trying to cultivate a family. Okay? So it's very important for you to pay attention to those things of the past so you don't repeat them, but you pay attention to them without judgment, because you ain't got no room. That's the reality of it. You ain't got no room. And I know you may think that you're a better parent, and I know you may think that you're better than them because now you're going to do things differently. But as you, like my mother always says, you just keep on living. Because what you will see is that life will topsy-turvy you upside down, sweetheart. And you will be very confused in certain situations, in certain scenarios. So watch your judgment. Manage your judgment. Manage your judgment. Okay? So know your personal psychology so that you don't repeat it. So again, that 3-part success strategy system is this. Number 1, obedience to spiritual law. Number 2, understanding the science of yourself so that you can understand the science of everyone else around you. And then number 3, okay, knowing your personal psychology so that you don't repeat it. That is a 3-part success strategy system. If you look at what's happening in society, where with people and just in general, celebrities and all that type of stuff, I guarantee you'll find that they violated one of those laws, which is why they're not able to sustain the success that they've built. And what people have to understand is, it's one thing to build something out, but it's a different thing to be able to sustain it. And I think that people, especially when it comes down to business, let me tell you something. I know it's a lot of snakes, and I know we like to sit around and say, oh, people got money, or even they do this and do that. The reality is simply this. It tells you in scripture that the Most High, let's create someone in our likeness. Number 1, you got the God-like frequency within you, first and foremost. The second thing is, when you recognize that, the second thing is, it says that, what is the second one? It says that we want to create someone in our image. So we have your likeness, which is your God-like frequency, and then we also have your image, which is your character. The problem is, people think people understand they God-like energy, but people don't want to do their work on their character. You can't differentiate. You can't pull apart you being created and having the God frequency within you and think that you don't have God's character within you that can help you make the proper choices and decisions that you need to make so you can sustain your dominion. Dominion means territory. If the Most High said that he created us just like him, God-like frequency, created us with his character so that we can have dominion, the reality of the situation is all 3 of those things have to be in order for you to be able to sustain that dominion. If you just think that you amazing and you this and you that, but your character is not right, you're not going to be able to stay in the room. Authenticity is what gets you in the room. Your character is what keeps you in the room. And the problem why a lot of people can't stay in the room where the money continues to flow is because your character not right. And it's only a certain amount of time before the bill gonna come due for what you sown. Okay? So it's so vital and it's so important for you to grasp that and truly, truly understand that. Okay? All right. So again, lastly, obedience to spiritual law, understanding the science of yourself as well as understanding the science of everything else around you, and knowing your personal psychology is a 3-part success strategy system. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into the last 3 pain points. I'm going to run through the first 3 real quick. Have my love. I'm going to run through the first 3, but I'm not going to give the explanations that I did yesterday. So if you missed it, you may have to catch it if I put this on YouTube. Okay? So here are the top 3 things that I'm seeing. There's 6 total, but here are the top 3 that I went over yesterday that's holding you back from your ideal self, manifesting a new version of yourself. Because here's the truth of the matter. You don't manifest things. You manifest the version of yourself that has these things. So you don't manifest a 6-figure business. I didn't manifest a 6-figure business. Absolutely not. I manifested a new version of myself who actually could run a 6-figure business. That's the reality. I didn't manifest me losing 90 pounds. I manifested the mindset of a woman who actually lost 90 pounds, who's eating healthier, all these. I manifested the mindset of that woman. And I quantum jumped into that. You don't manifest things. You can't manifest money. Stop listening to these people. You manifest the versions of yourself that can manage that. I want to be a wife. How are you as a wife? Do you even have a wife mindset? Because trust and believe. And I've been married before. And there's some women who've been married in the comments. There are women who are married now. They will tell you marriage is not for play, sweetheart. So if you're saying that you want to be in a marriage, which is a lifetime partnership, which is also a journey, what you better understand and what you better know is that takes preparation. And if you doing a bunch of prep for the wedding and you ain't prepping for the marriage, you destined to fail. Get into it, okay? It's destined to fail because if there's no vision, if you don't have a vision before you got into it of you being a wife, you think that you're going to go into a situation that's going to be a vision there. And like the Most High says in Scripture, without a vision, the people are going to perish. Without a vision, you're going to perish. Whatever you're doing is going to perish. If you have a business and there's no vision behind it, it's going to perish because where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? Beautiful. She said, I love being married. Amazing. Because marriage is a beautiful work, but also understand, baby, it takes work to make it beautiful. And if you don't do your own work, you cannot convince me or anyone else that you are willing to do your work in a group project. Baby, y'all don't even want to sit at home by yourself and face your own thoughts. You're prepared to be in a house with somebody that you may not like one day because they done pissed you off. See, y'all need to get into the reality of what this really looks like. Because I don't really think that you truly understand. Without a vision, the people are going to perish. Period. Okay? And the first thing that I'm seeing with a lot of these women in general is that you lack clarity of your vision, which is why I'm going to be talking about vision clarity tonight in the masterclass. You don't have a vision for what it is that you want to do, which is why your goals are pointless. Okay? Goals are pointless if you don't have a vision. The vision is the destination, beloved. Goals get you there. A lot of y'all doing all these vision boards and goals and all this different types of stuff, and you're not really even understanding how this process goes. Without a vision, what is the long-term vision? The long-term vision for me in business, the Most High that I saw in my conversation with the Most High in 2018 is I saw women waking up and becoming the most healed version of themselves so that they can manage exactly what it is that they're supposed to be managing, so they can step into the fullness of what the Most High has brought them here to do. That's my position. The vision is women that's woke up. And I'm not just talking about the whole, oh, you woke. No, women who have truly waken up to understand that, number one, their divineness, number two, their character, and number three, the dominion that they have in this world, so they can stop asking and start ascending. Okay? And we don't realize that. So not having a vision puts you in position to be played with. That's what have you asking, what are we? After 6 months in a year, you asking, what are we? Because there was never no vision, because you ain't had no vision when you got in there. You just started winging it. You just was happy that somebody saw you. And now here you are later asking, what are we doing? Ma'am, you should have known what you was doing before we even got here. Before you even went on the first date, baby, you should know what time it is and what you want. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain that you better know about men. They always know. They always got a vision. They always got an agenda. They always got a plan. You don't. And I'm just trying to understand why. Because it don't make sense. Okay? So if you don't have a vision, prepare to be played. Period. And the truth of the matter is nobody can play you without your permission, your participation, or the fact that you simply are not paying attention, because you were given a God-given gift of your intuition, baby, that warns you every single time. But you may not be able to hear it if you're eating BS all the time, which throws your spleen off, which is a huge part of your gut instincts. Okay? All of these things are extremely important for you to pay attention to. So lack of vision ain't gonna work. Y'all are not being intentional. Second thing is you're not being intentional about your thoughts and your visualizations. You're too busy romanticizing the wrong parts of life, okay? Instead of living in the reality of what you can really have. Okay? You're not living in the reality of what you can really have. Y'all, this one piece of hair was wearing me. Y'all not living in the reality of what it is that you can really have. So you are not being intentional with your thoughts. You're allowing any and everything to come into your mindset. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be teaching on tonight, how to become a master of your mindset, because you really need to grasp what to take in and what not to take in, because y'all are taking in too much stuff. Y'all taking in too much content, too much information, and these people are telling you wrong stuff. And that's why this stuff keeps happening in your life over and over again, because you listen to the wrong people. You out here looking for advice. I don't take advice, because advice comes based off someone else's experience. I seek insight, which comes from a spiritual place, a wisdom space. See, I don't take advice, because advice is just like anybody can say anything on this app, and y'all think just because they're popular that this is the truth. When I'm trying to tell you, you really need to be paying attention and seeing if these things actually align with your well-being, align with who you are. See, not everybody has the conviction that you're going to get in trouble with the Most High. Because I got the conviction I'm going to get in trouble with the Most High for playing on y'all top. That's the thing. Because the bill going to always come due. Not everybody has ethics. Not everybody has morality. Not everybody. Some people out here literally trying to just scam you. And you really need to figure out about these people on these apps before you just hop, skip, and jump. Okay? I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. My reputation is what it is. Okay, so I teach you things that are going to come strictly from, thank you, my love, for these gifts, scripture, science, and psychology, baby. I'm not giving you what I want to give you, because this ain't that. Don't lean on my understanding. I'll be the first one to tell you, do not lean on my understanding at all, beloved. You need to don't even lean on your own understanding. Lean on the one that created you, so you can really understand how this thing goes. But start being we have to be more intentional with our thoughts and the things that we're allowing to play in our minds. Them daydreams that you having, you need to get a hold of them and make sure that they are proper. And when I say proper, if you're going to be daydreaming, you need to be visualizing how your life going to be better. How you need to be visualizing a new manifested version of yourself and how you're going to make this happen within the next 11 months. You don't need to be visualizing and romanticizing about a man that you just met 2 seconds ago and he said you cute. See, that's what we like to get romanticizing, baby. You done made this whole person your man in your mind, and you ain't even loving on yourself like that. And that's a problem, okay? And you really need to tap into that and really understand that if you want to attract better and all these different type of things, when it comes down to relationships, when it comes down to divine masculine, you need to understand the divinity within yourself. You need to give her some love, give her some support, offer her some things, and you will become so magnetic. You will become so just, because a woman that takes care of herself is always, and I do mean always, going to be supported, because it's very clear. She got a glow in her skin. Say, some of y'all out here looking gray. Y'all putting makeup on and you still looking gray because your soul is coming through. You have no internal light because you don't understand your internal value. And because you don't understand your internal value, you struggle to create valuable things outside of yourself, which is why you can't get no money, which is why you can't seem to create valuable friendships, which is why you can't seem to create valuable romantic relationships. It's because you don't see the value in yourself. So why the hell would somebody else see the value in you? Really? You don't, the one that created you told you that you beautifully and wonderfully made, and you listen to suckers. You listen to people who didn't create you. And you're allowing them to rate you in a way that just don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Hey, my love. The third thing that's a problem is what I talked about yesterday. You're not being intentional. Y'all just out here winging it. You listening to all this stuff that's telling you, oh, you're only going to live once. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You should do this. And you just winging it. There is no plan for your life. Why do you think things are going to go a certain kind of way when you are not preparing? It absolutely makes no sense. You have to prepare. Everybody want clients in their business. Or I want clients to just keep. Your business not even set up for you to receive clients. Your business not even together for you to get the type of money that you want. All because you won't do your own work. Okay? So vital and so important for you to pay attention to these things, because that's blocking you. So that was the 3 from yesterday. Lack of clarity when it comes down to your vision, not being intentional with your thoughts and your visualizations, and just kind of letting your mind roam. Your mind runs you. You don't run your mind. And then also not setting clear intentions. And that's why you put yourself in a position to not manifest what you want for real, which is a newer version of yourself that actually can manage a healthy relationship, that can manage a 6-figure business, that can manage all these things that you desire and that you want, okay? So those are the 3. Now here is, I'm going to give you the last 3 because there's 6 total. And like I did yesterday, I'm going to break down what it is, and then I'm going to break down 3 different things underneath it for you to be able to grasp and understand, okay? So number 4, conscious behavior change. Y'all don't want to do nothing different. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm trying to find a cute way to say this, or all educated way to say this, and use my degrees and everything. But no, y'all don't want to do nothing different because you scared. You don't want to be conscious about changing your behavior because you're scared about what you're going to lose. You're scared about how people are going to perceive you. You're scared about what people are going to say. You're scared about whether or not it's going to work. And because of that, you talk yourself out of it. And the behavior that exhibits or that comes forth is procrastination. It's lack of results. It's all of these things, all because you don't really want to do nothing different. You just want to talk about it. See, that's why I can't hang with women who want to vent all the time. I'm not one of them. See, my friends know if we're going to vent, okay, we're going to talk about this a couple of times. We ain't finna keep talking about this because I'm a very solution-based woman. And I really don't want to hear no excuses considering the fact that I have been through hell and back to become the woman that I am right now. And I'm not even finished. So when you have gone through hell and you have been at the bottom of the map and you have begged the Most High to almost take you out of here because you was that broke down, and he supports you and covers you and allows you to ascend beyond what you ever thought that you was going to ascend, you don't want to hear another excuse in your life. I'm not interested. I only work with women who want to do their work. I only work with women who want to change their life. Okay? I only work with women who want to be conscious of what they do. If you're not ready to take accountability, this ain't the life for you. I'm not your girl. I'm not. And here's another thing. I'm not a girl's girl. I am a woman's woman, though. Because there's a lot of us that are walking around here who are girls, who are grown girls. I am definitely a woman's woman because women handle their business. Little girls still trying to figure it out. Okay? And so you have to be very clear about what you want to do different as a woman. Like, seriously, when you make a decision to be conscious about changing your behavior, guess what happens? All your actions start to align with the desired version of yourself. Before I got 90 pounds heavier, I had a visualization meeting with myself, 90 pounds smaller. And baby, she looked good. You know how I know she looked good? Because she looked like how I look right now. I saw me when I was 90 pounds heavier. And I had a meeting with me. Visualization in my mind. See, this is what I'm talking about, thinking. I had a meeting with me in my mind, 90 pounds smaller. And baby, when she walked, because we were having lunch for this visualization. And when she walked in, baby, she was fine. She was wearing this white dress. She looked good. This hair was together. And she had on a red lip. That's what she had on. That's what she looked like. And when I had that lunch with her, I was very conscious about asking, what did we do to get like this? Okay, I work out. Then she started talking. See, all the answers you have are literally sitting within you. She started talking. I work out 3 to 4 times a day, 3 to 4 times a week, and I just walk. These are the things that I eat more of. I found a list of things that I was able to eat. I rest more. I don't stress. This is the type of life that I desire to live, and this is what I'm living. And as I was sitting there having a conversation with myself, baby, I was taking them notes. And so what I did was challenge myself to embody that woman and become that woman before I could even see it within my body. So I took the next 30 days and I did everything that was said in that conversation. And as the weight started to come off and as the mindset started to shift and as I started to grow and all these different things started to happen, I became the woman who sat before me, who was a woman who had a 6-figure company like I do now, who was a woman who was 90 pounds smaller like I am now, and who was a woman who was having amazing dating experiences and living a life that she loved while traveling, which is what I'm doing right now. So the thing is, nobody has your answers. You have your answers, but you're scared to ask the real questions because you're concerned about what you're going to lose in the process. And that's your problem. You're going to lose a lot when you try to master yourself. You are. You're going to lose a lot when you try to master yourself. You're going to lose people because your vibration raises. You don't need... See, that's the thing. We get really salty. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. And we get in our feelings when we have the idea of losing things or losing people. When you don't realize that you're ascending to a new frequency. If you're on the frequency of love, you can't have scary people around you. When you have transmuted that energy from fear to love, you can't stay down there with the rest of your friends who too scared to do everything. You can't stick with them because if you do, you're going to get the same results as them. You can't be afraid that they're going to stay down there. That's their choice to stay down there. Aren't you concerned more so? Don't you want to connect more with the people who are authentic in your tribe? If you want the frequency of love, the other people you're going to meet are going to be on that same frequency because that's where you're starting. That's your point. So whatever you lose by leaving the level of fear and entering into love it ain't even gonna compare to what you're gonna get when you get on the frequency of love. That's why you have to stop being so afraid of it. That's why you have to make conscious decisions to do something different. When you are being conscious about your behavior change, what ends up happening is that this is going to promote these positive changes. This is going to promote these habits and these things for you, okay? And it also is going to create a foundation that you can actually sustain so you can change. This is a system that I literally have been using and doing since 2019. I've been very intentional about really 2017. But the physical work of everything really started around 19, me really doing it. But what you have to understand is that you can establish a foundation that is going to help you sustain what it is that you're building. It ain't just enough to get a check. Can you keep one? It's not enough to just get money. Can you keep money flowing in? It's not enough to just get married. Can you be in a position to where that marriage sustains? It's not just one thing to be able to get a client. Can you have the clients consistently coming in? See, that's the thing. Everything is about sustainability. And when you are operating according to your authentic feminine design, feminine women are legacy minded. Legacy minded. They thinking about the long term. See, they realize that statistically men tend to pass away before them. So even if they get married, the first order of business that we doing is making sure that me and our family is going to always be secure. Let's get this life insurance together. Let's get all this other stuff together. Let's lay the foundation of everything. We got a lifetime to love. Let's set up the business. Because the reality of the situation is that people leaving here every single day. They are leaving here every single day. Are you prepared for that? No, you just worried about being with somebody and just being happy. Baby, the business not even taken care of. Handle your business as a woman. You need to be thinking longevity. Like, ooh, my kids need a daddy. Baby, if something happened to that man, how y'all gonna thrive and survive? See, y'all not thinking. You so in love that you're not getting this paperwork together. And it's not making sense. Because women who are feminine are legacy minded. We thinking about the long game. The long game. How are you going to provide? Y'all, you need to use wisdom. You need to use wisdom. You need to use wisdom. And I'm trying to tell you, you need to be thinking about the long game. Because we are playing ourselves by not putting yourself in position to win. How dare you be so caught up in a man that you ain't putting your children in position to win, baby? I'm sorry. If you are a mother out here and you are out here dating, baby, that man needs to understand you are a package deal. What is the longevity plan? What is the longevity plan to make sure that y'all are good, beloved? See, you worried about a date. Man, please. I don't even have any physical children, but I'm worried about the longevity plan. I'm worried about the longevity plan. I'm worried about if something happens to you, whether or not I'm going to be crying in the car or I'm going to have enough bread to go cry in Hawaii. Because either way, I'm going to be crying. See, you got to make it make sense. If you're going to partner, especially if you are a successful one, girl, you better stay at the paperwork stands in court, not them tears. Y'all keep letting people tell y'all that paperwork don't matter. Baby, before I got into this work, I was a social worker. And like it says, baby, if it ain't documented, it didn't happen. If it ain't documented, it ain't happen. Okay? And so you need to get very clear and set the foundations that you want by being conscious about the things that you're choosing, conscious about your behavior and your actions. Because what you do now, every decision you make right now is going to either elevate or tear down your lineage. Every decision you make now is going to either elevate or tear down your lineage. People ask me all the time, why don't you have any children? Baby, because I have not encountered a man that I actually want to bear his lineage. Because what I will not do is ever perverse mine. I won't perverse mine. Okay? Will not. Not with somebody who I will not. My mother worked too hard to lay a foundation for me and my siblings for us to be able to pick up the torch and be better. Why would I knock our generation back by putting us in a position to be in poverty? Why are you dealing with people who have no resources, who can't provide for a family, but want to bang you out of both pants legs? It makes no sense. What foundation are you laying for yourself? What foundation are you laying for your family? What are you doing? Okay? Are you being conscious in your behavior change, or are you doing the same thing that's going to cause more issues and more problems for your lineage? Ain't nothing like putting yourself in a position and harming your lineage and having to watch your child have to reap what you've sown. I'm sorry, but I'm not bringing children into a space where I gotta help them heal because I refuse to do my work. That don't make sense. Lay and secure a foundation. Please, if you do nothing else, lay that for yourself by being conscious about what you are choosing to participate in. Okay? Next one. Here are the consequences if you don't do that. Here's the consequences if you don't do the conscious behavior change. If you resist shifting your reality, you're going to be in the same position and you're going to drive yourself insane. If you set yourself up to get multiple disappointments over and over and over again because you refuse to do something different, you're going to position yourself to be stuck on the dominant vibration of depression and sadness. That's where you're going to push yourself to. You're going to push yourself into that space because when you constantly are not getting results, you're constantly in a state of unfulfillment. You're constantly going to be feeling down and sad, and it's going to eventually break down for you mentally. It's not good for you to continue to do things and expect different results. It's not going to happen. Okay? You also are going to find yourself in a space where you may be overwhelmed, extremely overwhelmed, and just out of it. And a lot of women I see spend a lot of time serving family, serving everyone but themselves. And then at the very end of things, it's like they're looking for people to support them and no one is there. And it's heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking. But at the other flip side of that is you have a responsibility to manage your high level currency, which is your time, your energy, and your attention. If you are not focusing and prioritizing yourself as a woman, you are failing everyone in your home. You are failing your entire generation because nobody is going to look up at you breaking your back for them and grow up and be like, I preach, thank you for breaking your back. You not finna get upstairs with the Most High and he not finna tell you, thank you so much, welcome, you hardworking, hustling servant. He ain't finna say that. He ain't finna say that. Because see, the Most High be telling y'all what to do with people. Most High tell you to shake the dust with folks. Most High tell you to bring other people in when they start acting a fool. And if they still want to act a fool, to let them go. But y'all want to hold on to people and call it Christianity. Stop lying on my daddy. Stop lying on him. Stop lying. Because, baby, he's big on drawing the line. Okay? He's huge on drawing the line. You don't know how to draw the line because you don't understand your value and you don't understand yourself. That's why you can't draw a line. Stop lying on God, though, and saying that, oh, I'm just going to be the Christian way. You're lying, okay? Stop the lies. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. So conscious behavior change is a major issue. Okay? Next one. Being in alignment with your natural rhythms. And I talked about this a little bit. A lot of women are emotionally unstable. I'm just going to keep it real with you. A lot of women are emotionally unstable. Okay? And it's because of us not being connected with ourselves, us being disconnected from our womanhood. And what I'm speaking to specifically is our cycles. I don't think you understand that your cycle is your internal GPS. Your cycle lets you know where you at. If there's no blood flow happening from your womb, femininity flows. I'm going to say that again. Femininity flows. Your womb is your internal GPS. It's letting you know where you at all times. If there is a block, if there is no blood flow, if there is something that is happening, your body is telling you, hey, we need to stop. We need to stop. And see, some of y'all ain't had flow in months, years. And you just carrying. You know, you carrying all that energy that's just sitting there stored because you have creative life force energy. When you are having your cycle, that's what's happening. So I'm going to give y'all some free game real quick. When you are on your cycle, there's a very powerful time as a woman. And I teach this specifically to my clients. So this is something you have to pay for. So I'm not giving everything, but I'm going to give you this understanding. Okay? When you are on your cycle, thank you, my love, you are supposed to be releasing. You are already releasing physically. You're supposed to be releasing mentally. You're supposed to be releasing the things spiritually. And you're supposed to be releasing the things emotionally that don't belong, that don't serve you. This is something you should be doing every single month. Free game. Now, I just want you to sit for a second and ask yourself, when was the last time you did that? And just imagine the time frame it's been that you've been carrying whatever you've been dragging around for years and years and years and years and years. You are carrying around years of trauma in your womb. I love it, Lily. I love it. You are carrying all of these things in your womb that is blocking your flow. And I'm telling you this as a woman who had an issue with my cycle for 20 years. I had an irregular cycle for 20 years since I was 11. From age 11 to 22, to 33. I had irregular cycles. I had been to doctors. They put me on birth control. They were telling me this is all the things that I have to do. Yada, 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 yada. And all those things had me feeling crazy. Had me feeling insane. And then my best friend died. And in that time frame, I began to get very close to the Most High. And thank you, my love, for these gifts. And me getting close to the Most High, I began to learn how to reset my body. So I took 6 months and I quantum jumped into a new, healthier body with a cycle that has been coming consistently for the last 7 years. 7. So 20 years of people telling me that all of these different type of things and all of that, okay, were stopping me from getting to where I needed to be. And all I needed to do was do a real reset on my body, a real reset on my mind, a real reset on my spirit, a real reset on my heart, because I was carrying all of these things that were so detrimental and that were so dangerous. What about pituitary spiritually? I'm not sure, my love. What I always tell people though is this. This is what I tell you what I do know. Anytime there's a sickness within your body, hear me when I say this. Anytime there is a sickness in your body, you need a reset. You need a complete and utter reset, because you need to see how your body responds to things and what exactly is going on. If I had anything tumorous in my body, and I used to have multi-cysts on my ovaries all over the place, okay? If I had any form of tumors or anything in my body, I would immediately stop eating sugar, immediately, because sugar feeds cancer. Sugar feeds, it feeds tumors. It is a killer, especially the white sugar that is being used here in the States. So I would immediately stop eating sugar. I would immediately stop eating the meat here in these states. Okay? Come on, Kendra. See, Kendra the one. I would change my entire lifestyle. I would go completely plant-based. My client Kendra right there, she just hosted a masterclass on Monday helping women make that transition. I would not eat dairy. I would get rid of meat. I would get rid of dairy. I would get rid of sugar. And I would focus for the next 6 months on eating as low to the ground as possible. Okay? I would eat things that are plant-based. I would focus on those type of things. And I would challenge yourself to at least do it for 30 days just to see the shift in what happens. The next time you go to the doctor, let them take all the examinations and do everything, and commit to at least the next 3 months, and then go back in and let them see what it's talking about. And if they tell you it's shrinking, keep doing the same thing over and over again until it's gone. Because the body is a natural healing instrument. Just like when you get cut, it heals unless you have something that is blocking it. Like if you're diabetic, it may take a minute for your wounds and different things to heal. But the body is a self-healing instrument, and it has to be fed what it naturally knows to be food. When we eat processed food, let me break this down for y'all real quick. When you eat processed food, okay, the body, it throws off the process and the progress of how the body digests it. Because when it gets into the body's like, what is this? What is this? This isn't food. Okay, well, maybe it's this. So let me take some of this water from your bones, water from your muscles, so we can break it down to see if we can at least digest this. Because what is this? This ain't food. But if you notice, and I challenge you, if you took 3 days and you solely ate fruit, especially people who have digestive issues, and I'm going to tell y'all something, This colon cancer thing is very real, and it's really happening to a lot of 20s and 30s because it's too much meat, it's too much dairy, it's too much processed food, and your stomach and your body cannot process it anymore. And now it's showing up in the form of illness, okay? What we put into our bodies make a huge difference in how our bodies perform. And I'm saying this as someone who has done a reset on her body several different times. It works. And as you do that research and that reset, start slowly adding things to your diet back to it and pay attention to how your body responds. Because see, once you've done a clear reset, when you add something, your body like, yeah, no, this ain't it. Oh, the body gonna respond. It's gonna get rid of it real quick. Either it's gonna get rid of it one way or you're gonna come up. Because it's gonna make you know like, hey, this ain't it. This ain't that girl. Let's not do this again. Okay? So that's the best thing that I would be able to tell you. I also would strongly recommend and suggest that you follow Kendra, the plant-based life strategist, because she knows what she's talking about, and I really think that she'll be able to help you on their journey to doing your reset. Okay? So hopefully that supports anyone who is struggling with any type of internal anything. You gonna have to do a reset, and the reset is not just physical. It's going to be a reset spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Before I lost the 90 pounds, I'm telling you, I had to do that because I had to understand the root of where these things were coming from. All right? So, and that's a huge part of conscious behavior change, okay? So, alignment with your natural rhythms, when you are in sync with your cycle, right? When you are in flow with your body, it makes it easier for you to be able to make decisions. It makes it easier for you to be able to be emotionally clear. It makes it so important and so vital for you to operate as a woman when you are in natural flow of self. Her line on here is a plant-based life strategist, and it's above, and her name is Kendra. Okay, but plant, you should be able to see her. Kendra, do me a favor and say hello so they can see you in the comments or wave, and so y'all can go follow her. So that's really important for you to be in flow with your cycle because that determines so much. Okay, when you are in sync with your menstrual cycle, let me tell y'all something. My client that went from $100,000 in her business to $500,000 in her business. Oh, I wish I could play it for y'all. I might be able to. Let me see. I got a text message from her actually where I may be able to play it for y'all so you actually be able to hear where she talks about how this supported her and going from 100K. I think she was at 100K, 200K, and then she went to five. Now she's at like 500K. Okay, and this is how this has supported her. I think I do.
Hey girl, I'm so sorry. I was on my master class. I just finished not too long ago. Girl, number one, you helped me to learn how to master my menstrual cycle, like the energy surrounding it. That's probably one of the biggest ways because now I can work around my natural rhythm, my moon cycle. And it has served me so well because now that I know what's going on and how to navigate my business, I know when to maximize the time. Like, for example, right now I'm ovulating. And so I'm doing my master class. I put all my master classes, schedule all my lives, and live streams, sales, DMs, and things like that around there. And I make all very important decisions around there as well because I know that there is going to be a time coming where I'm going to be pretty emotional. And so I'm preparing myself to experience that because I know that when I get ready to come on my cycle, all I have to do is rest, assess my curriculum, serve clients and all of that, and then I'm manifesting as a result. So that has actually been the most impactful thing that I have experienced from you, and just really leaning into that feminine aspect of myself when it comes down to building my business and understanding that it's okay to rest, it is okay to create instruction.
Listen. And then I asked her again. I said, okay, so would you say that this has influenced more of your creativity and money? She said, absolutely yes. When I understood my moon cycles, I knew exactly when to sow, exactly when to build relationships, exactly when to make offers, exactly when to rest, exactly when to assess, and when to simply serve clients. So when I tell you I hit six figures in my business, not because I was struggling, it was because mainly because I was in alignment with my rhythm. And the reason why a lot of business owners and women struggle to make money or even to attract more income to themselves is because you're not in sync with your natural rhythm. And if you're not in sync with your natural rhythm as a woman, how do you think you're going to be in sync with somebody else in a relationship? I'll wait. If you're not in sync with the relationship that you have with yourself, how do you think that you're going to be in sync with someone else? I'll wait. This is not something that you just always just, oh, it's like whatever. No. This puts you in a space of being more harmonious with self. This puts you in a position to not be burnt out. This puts you in a position to be in feminine flow, which attracts. This puts you in position to be adaptable, which is actually feminine. This puts you in position to have legacy minded, sustainable things set up for you because that's feminine. If you want to become more feminine, as they say, which I don't believe that there's such a thing, you need to be more like yourself. You need to be more in alignment with yourself and your natural flow. And I teach my clients this. And I teach this really heavy in the Feminine Law and Order Masterclass, which is in the FEMA bundle, where I tap into it and I teach you about these four different phases and these four different cycles so that you can start getting into alignment because it's very important. If you want access to that, you click the link in the bio. It's $4.97. You can get it with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. And it also has other courses in there that teaches you how to master your money, master your emotions, and master your authentic feminine design. So if you're ready to do that real work, that's where you can find that. Okay? This is what happens when you're not in flow. This is what happens when you're not in line with your natural rhythms right here. You end up forcing things. Little miss, let me force you to talk to me. Little miss, let me go ahead and do this. Let me go above and beyond. All that, I want to be extra in my masculine energy. All of that comes from you not being in flow with yourself. Like, because you're not in flow with yourself, what ends up happening is that you trying to force stuff. And let me tell you something, baby. Feminine women use power. Men use force. And if you need an example of that, let me go ahead and give you one really quickly. If you have a child, a little boy, who is screaming or jumping on the couch, acting up, right? Dad is going to come in and yell, get you off the couch. And he going to get off the couch because there's force in Dad's voice, right? When Dad leaves, though, he back jumping on that couch. Mom in the kitchen, she see him. She politely walks out of the kitchen. She doesn't open her mouth. She stands there calmly while he jumping. And then he finally turns around and notices that he's being watched. You know what that little boy do? Get his off the couch. You know what the mama said? Nothing. All she had to do was look. The power of femininity. All she had to do was stand there and be still. When he saw her, he stopped. But no, some of y'all got to go over there and go yank them up to prove a point when you can just go and stand in your femininity and just stop. That's what it looks like to be in your authentic rhythm. That's what it looks like to operate in power, not forcefully. Men do the force, baby. Not us. That ain't what we do. We stay in alignment. We stay in rhythm. We don't force things, relationships, clients, or we don't force them. We don't force people to want us, to be with us, to be around us, to accept us. We don't do that. We only go where we can operate in power. We only operate in the fullness of power. We don't force things. That's not what we do. Okay? The consequences of not doing this as well is you're going to burn yourself out. One thing about the clip that my client I just played for you, when she came to me, she was burnt out. Yes, she had hit six figures. See, here's the thing, too. A lot of women hit six figures, but they burn out, which is why they end up coming to see me. So she was burnt out when she came to see me. And we did a whole rewiring of working with her with self. Okay? And now she got a business that she's at over 500K. From the ground up. Baby, I heard that. So I'm not telling you this so you can just be like, it's a real thing. It's really important for you to get in alignment with self. Hello said, that's how I started. I'm actually off the couch and I got first class last month. Yes. And she gonna be there tonight too. So grab your tickets, y'all, because I got like I think somebody bought one while I was on here, so I may have like 2 or 3 left. I don't know. I can't keep up, child. And then on top of that, what ends up happening is that if you're not in alignment with your natural rhythm, you will fail to recognize opportunities and being able to leverage different things for yourself. Because when you are so moody and you so emotionally all over the place, you can't focus. You know this. You know this. I was watching a interview years ago with like Trina and some other artists, and they were just talking about how, yes, honey, when you can't get your emotions together, baby, I'm on tour, break up, I want to come off the road. Y'all know we can't work right when our emotions not together. Y'all know when we all over the place emotionally, we are not good for anyone else. Like, let's really get into the truth of these things. So why not just do your work to position yourself so when these opportunities come, you ain't got to sit back and like, dang, I can't even get that because I already spent my money. Like, that's the mindset. When you're not prepared, it's like not having money for something that you've been waiting on to show up, and then it finally show up and dang, you ain't got no money right now. That's literally what it is, because you have not been preparing. You have not been prepping. And it's because you're not in your natural rhythm, which is very important and extremely vital. The third thing is this. I mean, not the third thing, but the sixth thing is this. That is blocking you from your ideal self and manifesting a new version of yourself is you're not consistent. You don't do enough consistent effort. What's funny to me, and some of y'all may leave after this one, but I really don't care. How y'all want a man to be consistent and you not consistent with yourself? You've been saying you're going to go to the gym. You've been saying you're going to eat right. You've been saying you're going to show up consistently. You've been telling yourself all these lies. And then you get mad when that man come and he lying and he inconsistent. Girl, that's you. That's you. Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the least consistent of them all? You. You're not putting in the consistent effort, baby. You post one time. Oh my God, nobody bought anything from my business. You posted one time. You posted one time. Oh my God, nobody showed up and did this for me. Girl, cut it out today. You're not consistent in your own life. And let me tell you something about consistency. What's crazy, we're creatures of habit. So you're very consistent, baby, just in the wrong things. Because consistency basically is summed up to belief and effort. Consistency can be summed up to belief and effort. So you don't have a consistency issue. You got a belief issue. You got an energetic issue that you won't show up and actually put the effort for. That's the truth of the matter towards whatever situation that you're not being consistent in. So if it's you supposed to go to the gym, you don't really believe that you're going to really lose this weight, or you're not willing to manage your energy properly to put enough effort in so that you can get to where you want to go. Stop lying. You ain't got a consistency issue. The issue is you. The issue is you. Hello, McFly. You the one. You the one, girl. It's you. Nobody else but you. Because you're choosing to not be consistent. When you are consistent, this ensures progress over time. When you're consistent, it reinforces your positive habits in the things that you're trying to do, long-term change. Consistent effort is the reason why I went into my 40s 90 pounds smaller, and the way and now I have a different view about working out. I spent my 30s being consistent with working out, because when I became 40 and I was in my 40s, I wanted to just make it a lifestyle. So I started off slow. I just did things every single day that would get me to the next level. You don't have to do this massive, massive thing. You just got to be 1% better every single day. And see, y'all don't even want to do that, which is crazy. But you want a result. It makes no sense. It's really insanity to think you're going to get a result when you don't want to do anything. And then on top of that, when you are being consistent, it builds resilience in the face of challenges. One thing about me, I'm rarely scared of things. Now I'm scared of bugs and stuff and different stuff, but I'm rarely scared of like things that most people are afraid of. Like, I'm not scared to take risks. I'm not scared to jump. And the reason why is because I've built up so much resilience that if it don't work, it's still working for me. If it don't work, it's still working for me. If it don't work, it's still working in my favor, because I trust the Most High that much. Baby, I can go to zero today. I got so much trust and faith that I'm going to turn around and build another 6-figure business. I don't even trip. Seriously. Because if you've done it before, and that's the thing, if you can make 10,000, you can make 100,000. If you can make 100,000, you can make 1,000,000. It's on you. It's literally, how consistent do you really want to be? How bad do you want this? Y'all be lying. You don't really want it. You don't really want it. Talk to women all the time. Oh, I just want to date better at the men in my city or not this travel. Oh no, I just can't get out here and just leave it. Baby, you got excuses because I ain't got it. I don't understand it. If you not if you not stuck, rooted in the ground like a tree, I don't understand why you can't leave. It don't make sense to me. You either want something different or you don't. And it's cool that you don't, but stop lying like you do because you're not willing to do anything different. And that's the problem with a lot of people. The consequences of you not being consistent in your efforts is that you get fatigued because you're doing this bounce, 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 bounce. I'm working here, I'm not working here, I'm over here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you all over the place. And then on top of that, you become impatient because you feel like nothing's is happening for you because you're looking for a quick fix. That's a lot of people problem. It's a lot of people problem. You want a quick fix because we live in this popcorn microwave society. But that quick fix is not going to create sustainability for you. And that's what you got to realize. Do you want fast food or do you want a true meal of substance? That's what you got to really ask yourself. Do you want fast food or do you want a nourishing meal that has sustenance, has everything in it that you need for your body? You really have to make a decision. And then on top of that, when you find yourself in a space where you are not being consistent, then once you get into a space where you're resistant to change, you become, what they say, stuck in your ways. And see, when you start getting to a certain age bracket and you stuck in your ways, it's a telltale sign that you're going to be kind of sitting in that for a while. And if you don't want to be sitting in something where you're not growing and you're not ascending and you're not shifting, then you're going to have to start understanding the importance of you being consistent in your efforts to getting what it is that you really want. So again, these three: conscious behavior changing, alignment with your natural rhythms, consistent effort, along with the other three that I gave you earlier. Those are the blocks that's blocking you from manifesting your ideal self. And your ideal self is the one who can manage those things that you want so bad. But until you get yourself in alignment with that, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Now, if you struggle to do these things and you know that you've blown 2023 and you know that you've blown your January and you really want to quantum jump into a new version of yourself that's going to attract the things that you really want at least by December. At least. Okay? Now, you could do it way before, but at least by December. Then you want to be in the masterclass tonight. You want to be in the masterclass tonight if you're not. This masterclass I'm hosting is in honor of my best friend's birthday who died actually today. It is a 111 masterclass. That is my gift because I do not do 111 masterclasses anymore. It is for women who want to really get in the space of these four key areas. A queen who wants vision clarity, so that she can really start aligning her goals to where she wants to go. A queen who wants to understand mindset mastery, who wants to know how to be able to reject the thought and accept the right thoughts and reject the wrong thoughts. This is also for the women who want to be very clear in getting alchemized action strategies. This is for the women. When I say alchemized action strategies, these women want action strategies that are going to help them transform their lives. And I have that for them. And we're going to be going over it tonight. I'm going to be breaking down this entire system. And I'm really excited. Congratulations. Somebody just bought a ticket to the masterclass. Y'all don't know how many tickets left in there. I think I said like 2, 3. I don't know. But y'all better get them before they go. But in that masterclass, I'm going to be teaching you the spaces and the different things about resetting your mindset, learning what that looks like, and actually knowing how to achieve these things that you want so much. Thank you, Renata. Achieve these goals and these things that you want so much. So if you're wanting to manifest a new version of self, make sure that you join us in this masterclass tonight. I can guarantee you that I am going to sell the replay. It's not going to be 111. So, and also the women who are in this masterclass are going to be in the free masterclass. Get a free masterclass with me on December. So in December as well, so that I can check up with them on their manifestations. I'm going to give them a clear plan tonight that they can work from now all the way up into December. So if you ain't manifested what you want, if you ain't manifested the new version of yourself, it's on you. That means you ain't really did this work. So I'm telling you, I got you if you're ready. Click the link in the bio to be able to access it. What questions do you have for me? Put those questions in the comments. My questions, what's it going to say? Put the questions in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability before I get ready to go. Congratulations to the queens who have purchased tickets to the masterclass. The areas that I can take some questions in are creating seamless income for yourself, as well as your authentic feminine design, as well as this nose ring wearing me, sorry y'all, as well as creating your digital based business model, and serving across the entire world, along with managing your emotional responses. So drop your comments and questions below while I'm getting I'm sorry, I had to pull up my computer really quick to make sure that this was right. Allowing accessory to connect. No. Congratulations, congratulations, loves. What questions do you guys have for me? Drop them in the comments for me. Do you remember the book you referred to at the beginning of the live? Ooh. What was I saying in regard to the book? Because it's not hitting me off the top of my mind. The topics that you just listed will be discussed tonight as well. Yeah, that's what I'm actually covering tonight. Hi, I'm Anita. That later I'll be in class tonight. Awesome. I'm excited. You got your ticket already? So grab your ticket if you haven't, because y'all, once that link's not working, I don't know what to do. If we're in the Mac, yes, you will have access to the replay. You have lifetime. That's the thing about me. You get lifetime access to my master classes. So, what other questions do you all have? Because I'm about to get off here and see you all tonight. I remember it was 3 words. Ooh. You're welcome. What did I say? You're welcome. I'm not sure, y'all. I can't think. Let me go back and look at my iPad to see if it will pull me. Let's see. Oh no, I don't have it written down too. It must have just came clean out of me. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sorry. But if you guys figure out in reference to what I was speaking of, I probably can grasp it down the line. So if you do that, just inbox me if you can remember that aspect. Okay. So I'm not seeing any other questions or concerns. So I'm going to let you guys go. Congratulations to the queens that are going to be in a masterclass on today. Because it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about it. I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Emails should have gone out. There are going to be some more emails that are going to go out. And hopefully you guys have done what I asked in the email I sent out yesterday. So I'm really, really excited. What was the name of the book? I think that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. If y'all can tell me what I said around the book, around that, then I may be able to recall to memory what I actually said. But off the top of my dome, I can't recall the memory. So if you could tell me what specifically I was speaking on, I may be able to tell you. You're welcome. Somebody else just purchased a ticket to the masterclass. Congratulations. So I'm going to try to hold on for a second just to see if y'all can remember what I was speaking on. And then 2, of course, you can get all payments with Klarna Affirm and Afterpay. I'm not sure the author's name. Okay. Oh, the body. Thank you. The Body Keeps Score. There we go. Thank you, girl. I love me some Arshia, baby. She gonna remember. Listen, okay? I appreciate you. That's it. The Body Keeps Score. It's a very long read. Do you have to go to college to be successful? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do better now on my own, and I have 2 degrees, was getting 3. So, yeah. No, you don't. It also depends on what you define as success as well. So, all those things matter. Okay? All right, loves, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I will see you, Queens, in the masterclass. Is going to be in a masterclass tonight. And everyone else, I may see you on Friday. I'm actually traveling tomorrow, so I may see you guys on Friday. I don't really know. We're gonna figure it out. That's normally the plan. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna see. But I hope that y'all have an amazing, amazing evening. Take care of yourselves. Be well, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.